The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Live.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, how slow pouring could save you money, and who are we boycotting this week? And a nudist is charged with murder because of a hot dog, and why are oil prices going down right now during this time that we're living in? With all this stuff, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's try that again. Of course, we try it again. Always try it. Give it like 4 or 5 times. So much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live, and for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on news. We'll get you up to date on news and viral stories and video feeds that you might have missed over the last couple days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. Now, let's start with the obvious. If you haven't seen it before, unfortunately, TikTok has completely taken it down. And there was this big rush to see this video. I don't know why, but there was a big rush to see this video. And what everyone's talking about, no one can find the video. You have to go to YouTube a little bit, and I think YouTube's kind of put a damper on that as well. And it's called white shampoo. Now, ladies out there, this is just for the guys. Maybe some ladies want to see this stuff as well, I guess. But when you see white shampoo, what does it look like? If you've got a good quality shampoo, think about what it actually looks like. Well, there's a video that came out, and, hold on. Before I get too far in it, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. You can see the whole entire podcast in its entirety over on our YouTube channel. Just search Deacon Live, all one word, and then podcast. So before we go any further, let me make sure I got the right video up here. Here's the video. Well, this is clips of videos of people talking about the white shampoo. So let's get a little background on the story of what the white shampoo is, the trend that's been going on. So here we go.
Shampoo on TikTok right now. This is turning into another December 22nd level incident. Under the hashtag white shampoo, people are posting videos that clearly break TikTok's rules, but they're getting away with it by only flashing a glimpse of the banned content.
Ooh.
And why the name? Because all these videos show something white that looks like shampoo, but definitely isn't. Let's hope TikTok moderators catch on fast.
Well, they have. All right, so go back to me now. So, they have, because they've actually, if you type in white shampoo, hashtag white shampoo, or anything on TikTok, nothing shows up. So what it is, it's not about hair care at all. Instead, it emphasizes on a video, there's a video format where a guy masturbates off camera with minimum framing and stuff, and the result of him ejaculating is jokingly called white shampoo. The trend surfaced around June 17th this year when at OKKKKKK posted it in the video in a public bathroom with a caption joking, "Back when the security guard bought white shampoo, it was so good." I don't know what that means. That's out of my realm of the group of people that I surround myself with. So if you're a part of that, by all means. Though the original was deleted, it has inspired several different copycat clips and reaction content. So how it spread, well, we know how it spread. TikToker didn't alter the video very much. It just re-uploaded, cropped the content with the white shampoo twist. Many creators responded with disbelief or disgust, flocking to reaction videos under the same hashtag. Some reaction posts voice aspirations at the TikTok moderations, since this content seems to violate the app rules, yet remains searchable and visible. Why is it a controversy? Well, essentially, porn disgusting as humor, or disguised as humor, exploited comedic framing to evade filters, so it clashes with the TikTok's content policies. Influencers are warned against searching for it, but curiously, it's driving a trend to reach people, but they just can't help check it out. White shampoo is quote-unquote ejaculate fluid in erotic videos, sparked mid-June via deleted video. It rapidly went viral. So if you want to go out there and look for it, Go ahead. Go ahead. Now, there was something on TikTok. Oh, God. Am I exposing myself? There was something on TikTok that showed mattress actresses squirting stuff in their mouth and using that as, this is what I just received. Oh, God. I'm going to get banned from TikTok, too. Instead of, there's guys out there, or there's people out there that's their kink. They want to show, oh, God. Great opening to the show, right? There's people out there that want to say, take this bread I giveth you and share it with the masses. But they use like a syringe, like a big old plastic syringe with it's not shampoo. Of course, you can't put shampoo in your mouth. And they will cut the camera and then put the stuff in their mouth and then action. And they'll show it dribbling off their side. It's all fake. It's all fake for the big quote unquote unleavened bread for the most part. I know. Way to start the show. Believe me, we got nothing but uphill travels from here. So there you go. If you want to know what the white shampoo trend is, you can't find it on TikTok. That's what it is. It's kind of like what it was at 2 Girls, 1 Cup, which I'm proudly to say that I have still not seen that video. Only the reaction video. So there you go. All right, when we come back, when you go buy a car, do you bring your friends, your family? Hey, Dad, come help me. You know the ins and outs of this stuff. It's best to do it alone. And this car salesperson tells you exactly why. So stick around. I'll dive into that story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you. You can be part of the show, and the way you can do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, leave a message, be heard. Your voice can be right here in the studio. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. You speak right into that. If you've got a microphone on your tablet, your smartphone, wherever you've got a microphone at, you can speak right into it. You can be anonymous too if you want. It's going to ask for a name. You can be anonymous. You can say your pee poopy pants and come right here. Oh, easy there. And your voice will come right here on the show, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Now, we've got over, listen to my English. We've been doing this show for coming up on 12 years now. Actually, 12 years. This past March was 12 years. And I think our catalog only goes back so far. I think 2018 is as far back as it goes. And then next year, of course, they'll drop off all the 2018, then only 2019. So if you want to ask us anything of all, from any of those problems, any of those podcasts that we've done over the last 11 years, give us a little watermark of what episode you were talking about, and I'll try to describe it, and we'll give you an answer. It's that easy. Did I totally confuse you? Well, tough shit. I confuse myself all the time. Now, this one right here was confused because she heard about slow pouring, and she swears by it, but right now, this has been debunked. The article starts out, it usually takes me $60 to fill up my tank. A woman fills up her car's gas tank with the slow way. Then she realized how much further it'll take her. A woman swears by the slow pouring her gas tank results in higher mileage count. As a result, saves her money at the pump. Alicia shared her hack on TikTok that has accrued over 794,000 views, but does it really work? Everyone asks. While she swears by the method of gas pumping, some are unconvinced and offered up an explanation for her seamlessly miraculous jump in fuel efficiency. So what is slow pouring gas? God bless the person that says when you're getting it, or like pumping your gas. Well, hold on one sec. God bless the person that said when you're getting, or like when you're pumping your gas, to put it on a slow setting, Alicia says. All right. Obviously, this is text-to-speech, so it's not making a whole lot of sense. We'll get to her video here in just one sec. She says, because it doesn't cause all those air bubbles. At this point in the video, she cuts to the footage of her car's quoted range after fill-up. The vehicle's dash shows a red animation of her vehicle in the center console. Above this is the projected distance she will be able to travel on the filled tank, according to the vehicle's estimate. Alicia can drive 522 miles without having to refuel. Y'all see that? She says, pointing to the odometer. That was only $30. It normally takes me $60 to fill up my tank to like 400 miles. You'll get it when I play the video. Upon sharing her massive money-saving hack, she gave a shout out to the original social media poster that she learned the technique from. However, she couldn't recall who they were. Thank you very much, Mr. Person. So, let's see. Where's her video? I know her video's in here somewhere. It's always in the very bottom. Here it is. So let's see what Alicia has to say about her maximizing her gas thing. And I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here. So here we go. Here she goes.
Or like when you're pumping your gas, to put it on like the slow setting so it doesn't cause those air bubbles, because do y'all see that?
522 miles.
And this was $30.
$30.
It usually takes me $60 to fill my tank to like 400 miles. I don't remember the name of the creator, but God will bless you. I hope both sides of your pillow are cold tonight when you sleep.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good saying to say to someone. So, does it really work? Let's find out. Others have also wondered whether or not there's any truth to the claim of slow gas pumping can actually save money at the pump. Actually, there are those who want to know if the protocol can maximize the vehicle's range capabilities. According to a Reddit user, the trick works like a charm. They noted that by lightly engaging the handle at the pump, they were able to squeeze out an extra 59 miles out of a full tank. Moreover, they didn't spend the extra money by doing this either. One commenter reposted saying, they chimed in and says, I've heard this term as well. I thought the process is as follows. Slower pour results in less fuel loss. Conversely, a speeder fill turns fuel into vapors more quickly, which means the drivers aren't getting the most bang for their buck on their gasoline. Not everyone believes this theory. So one commenter said on the application called the theory absolute bullshittery, in quotes. They added that the claim can speed up the pump can affect the amount of fuel that you end up with due to the fuel costs being lost as vapors and largely misleading. So you tell me, you know what? I kind of think that way. I think about a lot of things a lot of ways. Think about it. If you're doing a slow pour, let's start with the slow pour. There are gas bubbles or air bubbles, or, if you ever drink milk or something too fast, what do? When you turn around, you go, or drink something with soda, carbonation and whatnot. Now, gas doesn't have carbonation in it, but if you're filling the gas tank up too fast, and so there's foam or something on top, I don't know. I don't get that part. But if you do a slow pour and slowly fill up your gas tank, and nice and easy and slow, it'll allow everything to be in there nice and compact. I don't know. You tell me. Go to profitradio.com and tell us if you've ever gotten more mileage out of a slow pour. Now, they say, when you buy a car, the dealership has got you by the balls. I've known people that work in the actual new car side of selling cars and the used car side of selling cars. Do not ever buy a used car from a dealership. Let's put it that way. From a dealership. From anyone, that's selling a car on a lot. The markup on those cars is close to, hear me out, close to 60%. They buy the car for $10,000, $12,000. If it's a car that's a trade-in, and that trade-in's done in the wash, you don't get crap for it. If you got a car and it's worth $15,000 and you own it outright, are you doing a trade-in? They always ask that. Are you doing a trade-in? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll give you like $3,000, and blah blah blah. You think you're getting a deal? New cars, for the most part, there's not a whole lot of margin of profit in the cars. The dealer, the factory goes, here's a Chevy truck. It's valued at, we've got this much money into it. Let's say it's just a basic Chevy truck. It's $60,000. Now, depending on your area and whatever you want to add to it, all the extra tires, extra rims, if you want to put it in the body shop and add, tinted glass and all that stuff, that's where they make their money. So if it's $60,000 and the price tag is $62,500, $5,000 of that's going to the guy who's selling the car. $2,000 is going to the dealership. The $60,000 is going to pay off the actual car from the factory. There's not a whole margin. It's minute. If it's 5%, it's that barely. Used cars are the one they get you. But so like, you know, some females, they feel threatened, you know, in the world that we live in, about going and buying a car, you know, from a dealership without bringing their dad. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. A car salesperson has offered up her advice for those looking for a new set of wheels, including why it's best to come to the dealership on your own. Buying a car can be a stressful and overwhelming process, especially if you don't know what you're looking for or where to starting, or if you're starting from scratch. While you might think it's handy to call upon advice from family members by dragging them in while you go car shopping, apparently this is not a good idea. Over on TikTok, a car salesperson, Ash, who goes by whatever her name is, I'm telling you, people, you got to make better names for you if you want me to say them, explain why it's best to bring along just one person if you need just a little bit of extra support. Your family, quote, is literally ruining your car buying experience, she says. If you're worried about the car salesperson trying to pressure you into buying a car, wait until you bring 4 family members to the dealership. Not pressuring you, but telling you what they would do. Oh, I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that. I'd do this. I'd do that. Ash went on to explain her car buying advice. It's not linear, but essentially what works for one person might not work for another person. Your dad would never lease a car because it's throwing money away. Meanwhile, leasing may be a very perfect option that fits you the best, she adds. So let's see. She's got a video here, so let's see what... Hold on, girl. Hold on. I'll get you. Let's see what Ash says about buying a car on your own or bringing people in. Now, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. You can see it in full length over on our YouTube channel as well. So here we go. Here's Ash talking about why family doesn't always know best. So here we go.
Your family is literally ruining your car shopping experience. If you're worried about a car salesman trying to pressure you into buying a car, wait until you bring 4 of your family members to the dealership, not telling you what you should do, but telling you what they would do if they were in your position. What your family doesn't understand is that car buying advice is not linear, and what works for one will simply not work for another. Your dad would never lease a car because it's throwing away money. Meanwhile, leasing might be the very perfect option that fits you the best. Your uncle is telling you that you should buy a $5,000 car cash because he does it every 3 years and he's just fine. Your mom is telling you to get a Toyota at a Honda dealership because it's cheaper, but she doesn't know that you can buy a certified pre-owned that comes with 7 years, 100,000 miles on a powertrain warranty.
See that?
And by no means am I telling you not to listen to your family, but I am telling you when it comes to financial decisions, make your own. Do your research, figure out what works for you, and stop relying on people that don't pay your bills or make your money to make decisions that affect your future.
Well, it's good advice. I would say that's good advice to a certain point. If you have never, ever bought a vehicle in your life, there's always you can pick out a vehicle. I want that one. I want that one. But you don't know what's involved in getting a car. You know, there's transfer fees and tag fees and all that stuff. When you're sitting there for the first time and the dealership's spitting this out at you, it's all confusing. It's like buying a house for the first time. So you have to have someone there that's actually bought a car or something like that, as long as they know their boundaries. Because if someone asked me to follow them, I would go like this. This is the first question. What's your budget? You know, how much can you spend per month? All right. How much are you going to be driving? How much are you going to be, quote unquote, living in this car? You know, you spend, bedtime, good mattress, work time, find somewhere close to work or somewhere where you make money. Car, you're going to spend a lot of time in that car or a little time in that car. And what are you going to be using the car for? Are you going to be, moving stuff around, or just you to get point A to point B? These are questions you need to ask. So I would say budget. What are you going to do with the actual vehicle? What do you expect out of the vehicle? How long do you want it to last? Is this your forever vehicle? and things like that. I just recently purchased, I told you, we just bought a Chevy Silverado 2500 series High Country. Beautiful truck. Didn't quote unquote need it, but we are using it for what we bought it for. And what we bought it for is to haul our horses around. I had a Chevy truck before that. It was a smaller version. It was the 1500 series. My wife didn't feel confident in it. I said, well, okay, we'll sell this one. You know, put a sign on it out front. We'll sell it. We're not going to do a trade-in. We'll sell it, take that money, roll it over, put a little bit of money down. Don't put more than $2,000 down on a car, by the way. Listen, Uncle Deacon here. It's a waste. Figure out what your monthly payment that you can afford. Figure out what you want to do. And our truck that we use it a lot of times to haul horses in trailers and stuff. My wife feels confident about it. She's not a nervous wreck driving it and hauling, 4 or 5, $1 million horses behind her type deal. All right, when we come back, with this whole war going on, we try not to get too political, but the political stuff falls into our everyday life. And the oil prices are going down. Believe it or not, they're going down. And there's a reason behind that. And I'll get into that when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. The way you do that is search Deacon Live, all one word. And our Facebook page is up and running. Well, it's not running. I say it's up and running. It's up and doing a slow crawl. But the reason why you want to go over to our Facebook page is because all the stories that you hear during this podcast or any podcast that we do, we also put those links up there. So if you're not watching us on the YouTube channel or you want to get more information and you want to see the actual articles that we're talking about here on the show, go over to our Facebook page and you'll find them there. I don't post all of them up there. I'll post like the top 4 from each episode. The one that's getting the most likes, the one that's getting the most traction, you'll see them over on our Facebook page, and you can share them and show all your friends how cool you are, how smart you are, how culturally inclined you are as well. So do that. Go over to Facebook, search Deacon Live, all one word. You'll see the logo up there. And you know what? I should create some kind of name, some kind of contest for the name of my little guy. My little guy, the TVI. Deacon Live, the TVI guy. If you look at our logo on right there, I don't have a name for him, so if you guys want to come up with a name, you can do that over there as well on our Facebook page. I'll put that up there and have a little contest, and I'll send you out some magnets, some stickers and stuff to all those who participate. All right, but now, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. And let me tell you something. If you ever see the Florida Highway Patrol, those little cockroach-colored looking cars, you will shit your pants every time. And for those that don't live in Florida, the Florida Highway Patrol, they've got these cars that are the exact same color as what they call palmetto bugs. We just call them cockroaches. People outside of Florida, living in Florida now, call them palmetto bugs. They've got the big bright brown wings on the back of them, and they got these 2 little light tan eyes on the right above where their neck is. They're thorax, anthrax. I don't know what the terminology is. I'm not a insecticidal guy, but the cars themselves, the state trooper cars, resemble the same thing as those palmetto bugs. So when you see them, you're like going, you always get a panic. But right now, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, has passed a new law for speeding that could send you directly to jail for depending on how fast you're going. Now you're like going, well, hold on a minute. Why are we sending people to jail depending on how fast they're going? In 2022, this bill came around because there was kids street racing, and they were reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour. And unfortunately, a 4-year-old child got killed during this race. So granted, yes, there's a charge for the racer, what do they call it? Vehicular manslaughter or something like that. Catch me an hour ago, I could probably say it even better. But they're also talking about how many people that race up and down the interstate. I-4 itself, the I-4 corridor. Fucking hate that name, but still. A controversial new Florida law takes in effect this July 1st, targeting drivers who go 50 miles an hour over the speed limit or exceed 100 miles an hour in total. So what that means is, let's say it's a 35 mile an hour speed zone, and you're doing 85, that's 50 miles over the speed limit. Now, if you're doing 100, anything over 100, there's no reason for you to do that. So first-time offenders could face up to 30 days in jail and a $500 fine, while repeat speeders risk a 90-day and steeper penalties. Supporters call it the life-saving measure to stop reckless driving, but critics say it's overly broad and could criminalize split-second decisions. No, just don't go that fast. So let's see. For more on this story, we're going to go to WFLA News Channel and see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So let me switch cameras here, go to camera 4, and you can see this video in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So here we go.
To take effect in July aims to crack down on dangerous speeding.
The law will target those who choose to go 50 miles over the speed limit or more than 100 miles an hour. News Channel 8's Capitol Bureau reporter Mackenzie Laporte is inside the State House to explain the penalties drivers could face.
Some say the new law is a life-saving measure, hoping to crack down on extreme speeders. But critics warn it could backfire, landing drivers behind bars for a split-second decision.
You can't drive 50 miles an hour over the speed limit and not think that's not excessive and it's dangerous.
For those that choose to speed recklessly, a new law signed in by Governor Ron DeSantis targets drivers going 50 miles over the speed limit or driving 100 miles per hour or more. A first-time offense lands you up to 30 days in jail and up to a $500 fine. And for repeated offenses, up to 90 days in jail and up to a $1,000 fine. Now, while the bill passed in both the House and Senate, Democrats say it's overly broad.
Of course.
And will hurt everyday Floridians.
It's constitutionally overbroad. It is incredibly invasive. It's going to clog our court systems in a way that none of us can imagine. The bill makes sense. Speeding kills. We want to punish people more severely for speeding. It's not well thought out in its enforcement and inaction. I would urge you, we need to reconsider this. Tee it up next session. It's not a good bill. It's not in a great posture.
But supporters of the bill push for much needed change. State Senator Jason Pizzo shared a personal story of a reckless driving incident that inspired this effort.
A woman who had no insurance, was doing about 85 miles an hour, had lights off, and went right through a red light and killed Anthony, 11 years old, right in front of his sister.
Pizzo says the driver paid an $85 ticket, and that's it.
One of the things we can control is how many people get killed on the roadways.
Incredibly
All
invasive.
right. So hold on. I got so much to talk about now. Let me switch out and get out of here, and let's go back to me. So they're saying that this will clog up the court system. Is everyone in Florida running this fast? Are they going this? No. You know what's going to happen? It's kind of like what happened with the Tesla people, where they were scratching and the cars, and they found out, hey, they're serious. They're going to take these people to jail that damaged a Tesla because it's not grand theft, but it's I forget what the actual charge is, but it's over a certain amount of dollar things. When people were beating on Teslas and stuff, they started throwing them and slapping them in jail. Look how quickly that stopped. If you're speeding and you're doing all that stuff and they arrest you and you can't do that anymore, because you know what? They're serious about it. They're going to put you in jail as well. That'll stop them. And I hate to say that the liberal guy, the Democratic guy, was like going, no, we don't need to do that. Our court systems are already messed up. They're already full of people. So it's only going to happen a couple times, and the point will get across, and guess what? That's not going to happen anymore. They're going to stop doing it. So there you go. All right, and speaking of stop doing it, Trump, I guess, like I said, we don't get too political here, but what's happening is the oil prices plunged Monday after Iran retaliated this past against the United States. Let's see, how can I frame this so it doesn't make everyone look bad? So, not everyone look bad, but not to get too political, but let's dive into this. Oil prices plunge after Iran retaliates with an attack on an American airbase. So let's start there. Under the leadership of President Donald Trump, the military bombed 3 nuclear sites early Sunday in Iran, joining the Israel in its fight to Tehran against gaining access to a nuclear weapon. On Monday, Iran launched a missile strikes on a U.S. base in, Qatar? I forget what it's called, which traders saw as a sign of the country did not plan to retaliate with something far greater, cutting off the flow of oil by striking crude shipments. Ready? Sure. Let's continue. So when the response comes and it's muted, oil prices drop, says Tom Colaza, chief strategist of the consulting Turner and Mason construction company or whatever with the Associated Press. All right, so he's got his own thing going on. This rivals some of historical sell-offs. There are still plenty Iran could do to push prices back up, and the markets could be getting it all wrong. But oil analysts say there is plenty of reasons to fear has been receded. The price of West Texas Intermediate, a U.S. benchmark for crude oil, fell 7.2% to $68.51. Why did I say it that way? $68.51 per barrel on Monday after Iran announced a missile attack on the airbase in Qatar. Traders also were relieved because Iran said it had matched a number of bombs dropped by the United States on Iranian nuclear sites this weekend, possibly a sign of a desire to de-escalate the conflict. On Monday evening, Donald Trump claimed that Israel and Iran agreed to a complete and total ceasefire. See, that's how it happens. In truth, on a Truth Social post, but you can take it as much as you want from there. Israel and Iran did not immediately respond or confirm the president's post, but he must know something that we don't. Markets were initially nervous about the oil futures as they opened in trading on Sunday. The price of the Brent crude jumped 4% as traders anxiously wait on the Strait of Hormuz, the waterway on Iran's southern border that legislators in Tehran were demanding to be closed in retaliation. That would have hit the global economy very hard because much of the world's crude and liquefied gases passes through that thing. The oil drop Monday brings the price back to where it was before fighting with Iran and Israel began over the week when U.S. oil barrels were just above $68. So it's good news that, are we on me now? It's good news that the oil prices have not increased or decreased. Now, I've been driving around today. Today's Wednesday. This article came out on Monday. Gas prices have jumped 10 cents, not 10%, 10 cents. We were at $2.99 in our area. I think the national average is $3.18. And I was driving around today picking up a new AC for the studio here. And I saw gas prices of $3.09 up and down our little area here in Union County. So maybe it's like a knee-jerk reaction. But think about it. If, they've got all this oil and they're going to sit on it, they're not going to be able to make any money on it. They need, believe it or not, they need the money off that oil. They can't jack it up because no one's going to buy it from them. No one is going to buy it. When I say no one, United States has got our own stash and stuff. There are other countries that buy oil from Iran. But if they're fighting with the United States, they're like going, well, I don't want to be part of that. You've got the cooties. I'm not buying your oil. So they're not jacking up the prices. And their response to the attack was minimal. Just to say, okay, we have to do something. Let's hit this little base over here. And nothing really happens. Just so there you go. All right, when we come back, this is a weird story. A nudist colony has erupted in murder and dismemberment, all because of cheap hot dogs. And you're thinking to yourself, all right, nudist colony, hot dogs, where are they going? Well, I'll tell you exactly where they're going when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, for every musical... Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's try that again. Stop. Delete. Yes, done. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks. They are all independent artists, and we give them a platform to showcase their music, and hopefully that you guys will enjoy it as well. And if you do enjoy it, what I want you to do is follow them when we give the links out to them. Show up and support them. And if you want to hear the full-length song, the way you can add them to your playlist is to go to our playlist, and that's Music Heard on Deacon Live. You can see all the musical artists that have been on the show since 2025. We just started this when Spotify started taking over different platforms and stuff, and they were allowing people to create playlists. So we've done that, and we put them up there. We're creeping up on almost 100 different artists, very talented artists, each and every one of them. And you want them, if you like them, you want to put them on your Spotify playlist. Add them to your playlist. Go over to Spotify. Actually, go over and search Music Heard on Deacon Live. You can see all the musical artists that are played here on every podcast this year. Hopefully. Now, we live in Union County, and we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina is Mecklenburg County, one of the richest counties in the whole entire state of North Carolina. A lot of financial districts and stuff like that. We're in Union County. We're a little backwoods out here. We got chicken farms. We sit on ourselves. We have 22 some odd acres here. We have horses. We have chickens. We have cats, ducks, goose, geese, goats, all that stuff on our property here. Now, this gentleman right here is a landscaper, and he thought it'd be okay to throw a party at a house that he takes care of. In Union County, North Carolina, a Charlotte man is arrested this Saturday after hosting an unauthorized party with several hundred attendees at his home, or at a home where he had been hired for lawn maintenance. Michael Brown, 37, charged partygoers an entry fee and pocketed thousands and thousands of dollars while the homeowners were away on vacation. The party took place at a residence near the intersection of 12 Mile Creek Road and Bethlehem Church Road in Weddington. Union County representatives responded to a home after receiving multiple noise complaints and traffic hazard reports. When the deputies arrived, Brown initially told them that the house was his, according to the sheriff's office. Brown later claimed that the house belonged to his grandparents, and then that story was questioned as well. After what the sheriff's office described as several additional epic failures telling them the truth, Brown admitted he was hired for lawn service or lawn maintenance and had no relationship to the homeowners at all. Quote, so needlessly to say, the deputies cleared the house very quickly and arrested the man responsible for this trespassing, charging him with numerous offenses relating to the breaking and entering, property damage, trespassing, and also fraud offense of collecting money for each partygoer. A lot of cleanup is needed, and there will be a lot of restitution for the victim in this case. Due to the large crowd, multiple law enforcement agencies assisted in clearing the property. Hundreds and hundreds of people were there. North Carolina State Highway Patrol troopers and North Carolina alcohol law enforcement agents attended this party to clean up the mess. Many partygoers left the area recklessly in their vehicles, leading to numerous traffic stops along, according to the release. Deputies discovered property damage after clearing all trespassing individuals from the home. While the cars were lined up down both sides of the road, the complaint says, all in the driveway, and it was when the police made the presence known, everyone scattered like cockroaches. It was shocking, very shocking, because we have seen the landscaper crew, and we had multiple people running through the front yard, and we have 2 small children. So that was scary for them as well. Brown was arrested and charged with breaking and entering, second-degree trespassing, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, injuring a real estate property, and obtaining property by false pretenses. He was taken to Union County Detention Center. So here he goes. Let's switch over to camera 4. Let's see what he actually has to say about if he was supposed to be there or not. So here he goes. This is Michael Brown is accused of throwing a illegal house party at this mansion. So here he is. Oop. Let's turn his volume up. You turn his mic on, please? Here we go.
I knew I was supposed to be there. Brown strongly disputes the story UCSO is telling. I never spoke to them about anything, about who stayed there or who owned the place. It wasn't my right to tell them that because it's private property. I didn't sell any alcohol. I wasn't down.
Because they're saying there was underage drinking.
Nope. No underage drinking. Nope. I bought my drinks. He also remains confident that he hasn't lost a client. I'm just waiting for them to come home just so I could continue to build my relationship and we can move forward.
So let's go back to me now. So would you keep your landscaper at the after he's done a party like this? Hey, Mr. Deacon, Mr. and Mrs. Deacon, while you guys are away in New York, we had a little party here. I hope you didn't mind. We didn't go in the house. We just kind of hung out because you got a real nice place here and stuff. I kind of like had a barbecue. Broke part of your fence. I don't know what happened over there. Are we cool? I'll see you Monday. you know, double piss finger bang type thing. No. Sorry, Michael Brown, you got to go. Now this gentleman right here is sitting in jail for what he did. And when you think nudist colony, everyone says, all right, nudist colony, you think of it's supposed to be like pretty people, it's supposed to be like Love Island, it's supposed to be, all that stuff, but it's actually just old people just tired of wearing clothes. That's all it is. Tired people or old people just tired of wearing clothes and they just want to be naked. Hey, this is what I got. You like what I got and that type of stuff. So you think of them like kind of passive people, but right now, a cheap hot dog sparks a deadly dispute at a nudist resort that ends in a grisly death of an older couple and a dog. Oh no, they brought a little Poochie into it as well. The deaths of an older couple and their dog last year occurred after an argument over a cheap hot dog at a nudist resort in California. Michael Sparks, 62, was arrested on August 29, 2024 in San Bernardino. The attorney stated that Sparks was hit with 2 counts of first-degree murder in connection with the deaths of 79-year-old Daniel Menard and his wife, 73-year-old Stephanie Menard. So what happened? Sparks has been a neighbor with an elderly... I can't say elderly right now, with the older couple at the Olive Del Ranch nudist resort in Colton. Redlands police detective Thomas Williams last week testified at the that's what it is. The L's are getting me. At the hearing in San Bernardino justice system that followed his arrest. Sparks told the fellow inmate what happened. The inmate said that Sparks told him the incident started over a hot dog that Daniel Menard had purchased for him. The inmate continued, he said Mr. Sparks felt the hot dog was a jab at him for making him feel like he was worth only $1 hot dog. And that's what set him off. This is all what the inmate said. Williams added that the inmate said Sparks went outside and struck Mr. Menard in the head until his head caved in. Jesus Christ. Mrs. Menard came out yelling, "No, no, no," and then began striking Mrs. Menard and Mr. Menard with a rake and a hoe and a hammer. How many tools does it take to put down the Menards? According to Williams, Sparks brought the bodies to the elderly couple's home where they had a concrete bunker that they had built underneath his trailer. So let's see. Citing the alleged conversation between Sparks and another inmate, Sparks admitted that he had dismembered Stephanie Menard and mutilated Daniel Menard. So let's see. More on this story. Let's go over to KTLA and find out what's going on with this story. Jesus Christ. What a mess. Oh, no. Here, Tom Tillis. Let's get it through an ad. Fox, are we done with the ad? I gotta wait for the ad. I'm not giving them airtime. They can buy their own airtime. So here we go.
Good afternoon, I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. We continue to follow breaking news. A man is officially charged with murdering his neighbors at a nudist resort in Redlands.
KTLA 5 Shelby Nelson live now in San Bernardino, where prosecutors are revealing some disturbing new details.
Yeah. Whoosh.
Glenn and Lou, we have been expecting this after police have been alluding to Michael Sparks being the prime suspect for days, and it really speaks to the gravity of this crime. The Redlands police chief saying that she's never seen a case like this before. One day after Redlands police wrap up their days-long investigation into the presumed murders of an elderly couple.
They worked very quickly under conditions that were, in my opinion, unprecedented to be able to bring some humanity to the Menards.
The San Bernardino County District Attorney and Redlands police chief announcing charges against a man accused of killing his own neighbors, a case the DA says is unprecedented and unusual.
We did file murder charges against suspect Michael Sparks, 62 years old, of Redlands.
His alleged victims are Stephanie and Dan Menard, an elderly couple who was first reported missing just over a week ago from their home inside the Olive Dell Ranch Nudist Resort. Police located.
Can I just say, this nudist resort, let's go back to me. This nudist resort is out in the desert. And I can't think of anywhere else I would not want to be nude. You know, sand in places. All right, there you go.
Resort. Police located bags of evidence and human remains underneath Sparks' property in a homemade basement.
In addition to filing the 2 separate murder charges, we filed an allegation of special circumstances alleging multiple murders.
And that is what the district attorney's office says could make Sparks eligible for life without the possibility of parole. It was last Thursday Redlands police got word that Sparks may have had something to do with their disappearance while they were searching at the property. And now we're learning that tip came in from one of his own family members,
indicating that the suspect, Michael Sparks, was involved in the disappearance and had admitted to killing 2 people and was threatening suicide.
He proceeded to barricade himself inside that basement armed with a rifle before eventually surrendering. This is what the home looks like now with piles of rubble.
Yeah, because they went in there. Let's go back to me now. So they went in there with, bulldozers and stuff to try to dig this guy out of there. And he, nudist colony people, relax. It's only a hot dog. I don't know what the background story on that is, but I mean, they killed the Menards and their dog just because of a hot dog? Jesus Christ. I think there's a Jerry Seinfeld episode in there somewhere where they were fighting over a Cadillac or something. This is a little bit lower brow as far as that, but that's probably the same thing. When we come back, guess who we're boycotting this week? And I got a schedule for you. So if you're at home and your calendar's open for the next couple weeks, I'll tell you who we're supposed to be boycotting according to this guy. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free, but what you have to do to get it is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. You can see all the fine programming that comes out of the studio. Pick yourself out something, some magnets, some stickers. I think we have some headphones left over there. Pick yourself something out, and we'll send it out to you. Lickety split. If you live here in the United States. If you live overseas, unfortunately, we can't send it over there because I don't want to have to pay a tariff for it to go over there. But if you live here in the United States, we'll get you out something. Just fill out that little form, and we'll get it out to you. Just our way of saying thank you for listening to all the fine programming that comes out of this studio. Now, speaking of fine programming, this guy right here... People. It's so much going on in our personal daily lives that I can't be tied up. I got enough shit to do with this show that I can't go out there and protest. But if you can, by all means, you can go out there, protest. Does it make any difference? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But right now, they're boycotting McDonald's right now. A week-long boycott aimed at the fast food giant McDonald's is set for June 24th, which is yesterday, marking the latest series of grassroots customer protests led by the People's Union USA. Under the leadership of John Schwartz, the organization began coordinating economic blackouts in February, spurred by widespread frustration over corporations retreating from diversity, equity, and inclusions, the DEI. how do I put that again? Frustrating or over corporations retreating from the DEI and other concerns. In January, McDonald's scaled back its DEI initiative, citing a shifting environment such as programs. The company discontinues setting diversity targets for its senior leadership and ended supplier diversity initiative. So why is McDonald's being boycotted? On Instagram, of course, that's where everything happens. Schwartz listed reasons for the People's Union's boycott of McDonald's. He says, quote, "We're boycotting McDonald's." Can I make a voice for him? "We're boycotting McDonald's because they've shown time and time again that profit matters more than people. From prices gouging and tax evasions, from equity in pay to exploration in advertisements," he told USA Today. "And yes, their DEI efforts feel more like promotional stunts than realist systematic changes. We're done funding companies that pretend to stand for something while doing something else." Because that's what he would sound like. McDonald's chief people officer for the United States market, Jordan Nunn, in June told Human Resources in a conference that the company had changed some of this DEI language, but at its core, none of the programming has changed. So here is Schwartz's. Wait, hold on. He's got a video here. Is this him? Oh, this is the people of the People's, what did I say? The People's Union of the United States. And this is their TikTok video. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4. This should be fine. This should be fine. We'll play this. This is on Instagram. Am I still banned on Instagram? No, I'm right here. So here we go. The video has no sound. Oh, fuck. Why are we even doing it? So it says they exploit tax loopholes. They do not pay their fair share. Duh. They engage in price gouging and so on and so forth. All right, there's a bunch of stuff there. You can read it later on. So Schwartz has also shared a flyer on social media that lists upcoming boycotts against Starbucks, Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart, and Lowe's. So here we go. Mark your calendars. You ready? 4th of July, July 4th. It's an economic blackout. That's all it says. July 1st through the 31st, we need to boycott Starbucks, Amazon, and Home Depot. All right? No reason behind that. August, the month of August, we're boycotting Walmart, McDonald's again, I guess, and Lowe's. Can we just do it all at once? Can we? No. That's too much. That's too much for us to handle. Let's go back to me now. That's too much for us to handle. Every month only gets three people that we can only, or 3 companies that we can only boycott at any given time. So this week, this month in July coming up, we're gonna boycott Starbucks and Amazon and then Home Depot. And then next month in August, both months had 31 days. So we're doing it equally between all the boycotting and stuff. So we're going to boycott Walmart, McDonald's again, and then Lowe's, which is Home Depot's competition and stuff. So please join me. My name's Mr. Schwartz as we protest all this stuff. And for more information, you can go to People's Union USA on Instagram. We have 15,000 followers, 15,000 nut jobs, if you ask me. So there you go. Oh my God. Now, one company right now. One more story. We'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. One more little story. This gentleman right here, I've seen him before, but he's popped up again on my TikTok feed, and it's Sim, and he is at Chick-fil-A, one of those guys that stand up front with the little keypad and stuff in his hand. He's got like a tablet, and he's taking your order. He is just living the good life. He's enjoying himself. I don't know what his home life is like, but when he's out there, he's giving 115%. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here so you can see him as he's taking someone's order over at Chick-fil-A. And as soon as you hear his voice, you're going to love him because he's so awesome. So here he goes.
Yo, I'm good. I'm about to run And may I have your name?
Taryn.
You said what?
Can I have your name?
She said Taryn.
Uh-huh.
How may I spell it?
Terre.
How do you spell your name?
All right now, she said E-N. Not no A-N, she said E-N.
E-N.
All right now, I see you.
I see ya.
How many sub y'all on today?
Can I get a 30 count with fries?
Ooh, come on now.
Come on now.
And a Dr. Pepper.
And a what?
And a what?
Dr. Pepper.
And a Dr. Pepper.
Oh my goodness.
As you wish.
Yes, you can. As you wish.
Would you like any kind of messy sauces?
Polynesian, please.
Yes, ma'am, we got you. How many would you like?
4.
As you wish. Is there anything else we get for him today?
As what?
Is there anything else we can get for you on today?
Yep, I need a 8 count. You want 8 count? 8 count.
8 count.
8 count.
Fries and a large lemonade.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Large lemonade, y'all. Any condiments and sauces for that one?
You want any condiments?
How many would you like?
I see you. How many would you like?
2.
You said 2?
2.
As thy wishes. We got you.
As thy
Is there anything
wishes.
else we can give you on today?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Oh, ketchup.
Some ketchup. How many would you like?
4.
You said 4. All right now, as you wish. Is there anything else we can give you on today?
That's it.
Well, then never you, fair ladies and family, will be a total of 3178.
What?
You the boss, cause she got the money. She got the money, y'all.
She got the money. She got the money.
Y'all look good.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
So he's at the drive-thru. This guy, he's such a breath of fresh air after all the shit and crap and hot dogs and stuff we've been talking about. He's just out there loving his job. That's the thing. If you've got a job and you're good at what you do, you're gonna get noticed. You know, you have all these people saying, you know, I work hard, I do I do this and do that. I need more money. You know what? Just work hard, enjoy your life, and do what you're doing. And he's actually taken keen to his new popularity, and he's created his own TikTok channel. Now, if you want to see him, you can follow him over at Sim So Slim over on TikTok. And here's his latest video, his new video, welcoming you to his station. He's already got 50,000 likes on this, so here he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, hi.
He's standing in a park. He's got like a little suit on and stuff, so here he is.
Simi. Yes, I am that guy. The one who went viral for doing what I do best. Good service, good vibes, and always a good laugh.
Yep.
Now, yes, just without the drive-thru. As you can see, we will have more content coming for y'all soon. Yes, it will be here at my page, Sim So Slim. Stick around, there's more where that came from.
So if you want, let's go back to me now. So if you want some inspirational stuff, go ahead, add him to your friends list and stuff like that. That is Sim So Slim, and get some inspirational stuff. It's all good, man. You need that kind of stuff throughout the week, throughout your day, throughout your whole entire life. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us over on TikTok. That's Be Podcast Famous over on TikTok. If you'd like to be heard, the way you do that is go to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says Be Heard. You can be anonymous if you want. It does want an email. Just make sure you're not a robot. Fill that out. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a little town we like to call Marshall. Follow us on Facebook and like us on YouTube. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait. Come back. This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi. See you later. It's not that hot in here. It's actually better. We're good. 81 in here. For now. All right, guys. See ya. Take care. Bye.